Okay, Martin. Yeah, after the meeting yesterday, it becomes clear there's a very good opportunity for both of us. So let's do this. Let's me and you work out your deal in the next 2 days, so then you can get on and do the list and do what you. The benefit of the deal is obviously online travel and video and the internet, two biggest sectors of growth. We're gonna have a lot of fun because you even have a boat, so all meetings are on the boat. And what we can do is have Barb. She can prove some documents. The moral story is all your family will have ITS credit cards, and all their travel will be a write-off as an expense to help lighten the load on there. So we just got to figure out, your deal. And once that, I'm already making my laundry list because things are moving too slow. Because I'm doing I need some help. So you need to meet Bruce, and we can do that over this weekend. And then we need to raise $25,000 seed money, which I'll raise half of that. We got to get Steve $5,000, and he buys 6 GoPro cameras, and he builds that VR camera. He knows how to do it. And then he starts shooting the footage and gets a nice polished demo together. So there's no doubts that we can deliver on that side of it. And you got to get me a contract for the staff that has a non-compete, and then Bruce will help me get it signed by all the staff. We're going to have to figure out the shares, the business plan. I'm going to feed that to you, and you got to take responsibility. But these contracts are not a big deal. But the W Cities one, they could probably put in some seed money. Because he said in that last memo, you could see he was looking for an option. He's got 30 programmers in India in his office. So, like they could look after all the programming because right now I'm doing that and it's very time consuming because the programmers, he's got an office with 30 desks and they show up and there's no bullshit and I'm dealing over the internet. So I think we need to, that's probably the most important deal to structure to get the best out of that baby. But the thing is that one of the things that we developed to grow the business is there's local visitor channels in markets. So when you go in the hotel, you turn on the channel. Probably the best ones are in Hawaii, and so we've created partnerships with those companies, and they're willing to sign an agreement to say, hey, they'll provide their content. We give them a little bit of stock, and the whole idea is we're for our TV app, we're going to partner. I have a list of all these visitor channels, and that's another job for you to do. Is basically contact all these different cities which have visitor channels. The Hawaiians we got covered. There's a bunch in the Caribbean. There's a bunch in you reach out to them and they're dying breed, and you do a deal and say, okay, you give me your content, I'm gonna give you some shares or whatever, but we're gonna provide them our video marketing program, and they're gonna go from having a shitty product to a great product. They're gonna generate more content, and they're our local content provider for that region, and so we got lots of fresh content moving all the time. So, but the first 3 guys are all done. Seattle and Hawaii, they're waiting for their contracts. He's the same deal. So you got to draft up a template agreement, and me and you can work on that. But we got to have a master agreement for visitor channels, and that's the fastest way to grow the content. And what the killer thing is they become your sales force. They've had a relationship, maybe not the greatest relationship as a great advertising product, but they're in that market and everything. So rather than us building a sales force, we just get their salespeople to sell it and give them 30% commission, a little bit of stock, and we fast track it because you can turn on 20 cities in a heartbeat. So, okay, give me a time and a place. Thanks for dinner last night.